Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You're going to be hearing the kiddos and husbands wrestling in the back probably because they are currently wrestling and playing in the living room. But I'm filming a video and I've done something that I never thought I would do. I've broken one of my many rules. Let me show you what I've got. I have got a Green Chef meal kit box. Let me explain. So we had a buy a gift voucher and it was going to go out of date like in a week or two for a comedy night, and we tried to plan to go out with friends with it, but it wasn't going to work. It was fully booked and I'm very pregnant and we wouldn't have been able to fit another one in before it ran out. So if you have ever had a buy a gift voucher, you know you can transfer it to other things. And I thought this would be an interesting video because I would never ever buy a meal kit with my own money because, as it says in the title of my channel, I'm very frugal and I feel like they are astronomical. But I managed to, with the buy a gift voucher, get this for £2.99, and in this box is 4 different meals for 2 portions each. So I thought I would put Green Chef to the test, unsponsored, like completely unbiased, my own opinion, and let's see if they are as much of a rip-off as I feel like they will be. I've never gotten a meal kit before. I've always been very against getting a meal kit before. Yeah, this is my chance to see, is it actually worth it and what you actually get for the price. So I'm gonna unpack it, see the amount of food we actually have, and so just so you know the numbers, we spent £2.99 on it, which you're never gonna get 8 meals for £2.99. But how much this box should have cost is just under £56 for 8 portions, 8 individual meals. So the 4 meals that we have chosen to get is a peanut marinated smoked tofu Buddha bowl, harissa and zong, I cannot say that properly, cauliflower, miso, mushroom and udon noodle soup. Oh, we made it vegan, so it says paneer tikka tacos, but I think we got the tofu ones. I'm hoping that's what they've given us. I'm going to be looking at a few different things: the amount of actual food we get, the quality, the speed, if it does actually make my cooking nights quicker, and actually if the meals are any good. I personally wasn't very impressed with the meal options. We are a vegan vegetarian household. Granted, we were already a bit limited, and I was a bit surprised that if you ate meat, like there was one meat meal that was like a sirloin steak, was the same price as, let's say, the cauliflower and harissa bowl, which I feel like is a bit of a rip-off for vegans and vegetarians because the ingredients are a lot cheaper for that than they would be if you're having a sirloin steak. But let me unpack and actually see the amount of food we've gotten for what should have been nearly £56. And just so you're aware, like, our food shopping bill the last couple of weeks has been only like £60–70 for a whole week of breakfast, lunch and dinners for a family of 4.5. So let's see if I change my mind after making these meals. They all come in these, I haven't opened it yet, so they come in these individual bags, and it has a number with it, so 1, 12. What does this do? What's this? It says chilled goods inside, pop them in the fridge on delivery. I don't even know what's in here. I'm assuming that's something to keep cool. And then this, but then there's also a random thing of green beans. I have no idea, that was loose, so I don't know what that's for. Honestly, it doesn't look like a huge amount of food's gonna be in them. Not enough for 2, I don't feel. But let's unpack one and see. This is the chilled stuff. So this is the chilled stuff for different meals, I believe. I feel like I'm overwhelmed already, so personally, it already confuses me because I have to look through and match them up, I guess. I mean, we'll start with number 1 and see what this says. This is the amount of food that I've got in that first packet, which is concerning to me because that is not much food. So, they have numbers on the thingy, so I opened number 1. So, okay, this is for the harissa and cauliflower salad, I guess, and that is really not much food. So I guess it also, is that all the cauliflower I have? How is this meant to feed 2 people? Okay, I'm really concerned about the small amount of actual food here. So let's see, the ingredients should be 1 teeny tiny sweet potato. That is mushy at the end. Okay, so don't judge it too yet. Don't judge it yet. Let's keep going. So a sweet potato, this tiny bag of cauliflower florets. This is meant to serve, like feed me and my 6'4" husband. That is something that is just enough probably for me alone. Like, I don't think you've realized how tiny. This is 40 grams. I feel like I'd eat double this in a normal portion, but what I'm gonna do is bag everything up, go through it all, make sure everything's in the bag, and then I'll come back to you once I cook them, I guess. But I'm not feeling hopeful that my opinions are gonna change. I'm really hoping they do, and that it's not just me being cynical. So the grams of flour, it says for 2 people 300 grams, so I'm assuming it's a 300 gram portion.
So half of that.
That's half for you, half for me.
So that and half
so we get
of
half
that.
a sweet potato.
Where's the filling bit?
Well, I'm hoping the bulgur wheat, when we cook it, it's like rice.
60 grams of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be starving after this.
The portions are not looking great. You're not in the frame. You decide you're too tall. You're still too tall.
I'm too tall.
Yeah, we have 1 teeny crappy sweet potato between us.
How much do you think this cost?
Like 20p.
They couldn't have sent like 2 more.
I think I have got one, but that's not the point.
Like 1.5 sweet potatoes I think might be okay.
So I've portioned them out and I'm honestly shocked the amount of food that comes with them. This is meal 1, which I do not see how that's going to fill us both up. I feel like the other ones are better than this one, but I think
This is, you said 20p for this?
Like, yeah, it's gonna be not much.
And how much was this for a portion?
Per person, it's like £5.
They could have sent you 2 each. That's what, 60 more p?
Yeah.
That is
I think also we've been vegan and plant-based or like vegetarian for long enough to know that this is not filling food, so you need to eat a lot more of it.
These are veggie dishes.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Protein. Like, this is, I guess,
A little
somewhat protein, bulgur wheat.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They need to make the portions bigger.
Cauliflower is really, it doesn't satisfy you. Even
It's
if you
tasty,
have a lot
yeah.
of it. It's tasty, but...
These ones have tofu in, so these won't be too bad. This one again has no like protein source, so it's not going to be filling. But it's not going to be filling. And it's like 2 carrots. We get a carrot each, babe.
Well, I don't mind that because carrot isn't the main part of the dish. You just shred it into it.
I'm just kind of surprised at how little. Like, Joel, look at this teeny tiny lettuce in this one.
If you think a lot of this is liquid, you're making like a broth.
Yeah.
So it's like a soup. And there's a lot of mushrooms they give you here.
Yeah, yeah. The mushrooms do cook down though.
Are they different? I think they're different types.
Yeah.
King oyster.
I think the problem I have is I don't feel like these two particularly are going to be good for dinners. They're not going to be filling us. Great for a lunch.
So this one, marinated tofu. I mean,
This one should be more filling because it's got avocado and tofu.
So what here is like very special? So you've got sambal paste, ginger puree.
The point is that it's meant to be easier because it's all portioned out and that everything's written down on the cards. So maybe if we cook them and we go, actually that was really quick and easy to follow.
Maybe.
But I don't see how I'm ever going to think this is worth nearly £56.
I mean this, if I'm really hungry, is nearly
Oh yeah,
a portion.
I would say that is a
I have
portion.
about 100 grams of rice.
How much is that?
120.
Yeah.
And the main part of this is you get a bit of tofu, but it's a lot of rice.
Yeah.
And what is kale?
Thing is, they do it like on the standard portion size, but you're 6'4". You're a big guy. Like,
Tikka masala.
I don't see how they can do it on a standard portion when everyone's so different.
They couldn't have given you just normal.
Well, it's meant to be like the small taco wraps, aren't they? That's
Yeah, but I bet these would have cost more than just a value set of bigger wraps.
probably.
Just give me a bigger wrap and give me more lettuce. Look at that.
It'll
That's,
be interesting to see if we have to add our own food to these.
yeah, we'll have to add more.
Do you want me to make one for lunch though? If you do, what one? Today, should I make one for lunch?
Okay. I'm interested to see about this.
Do you want to make it or do you want me to?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Fair. Well, if you play with the kids, should we make that for lunch?
Yeah.
And see, hopefully the flavours make up for the... You're just gobsmacked, aren't you?
Actually, it's £5 per person and they just... Like, how much are these?
Oh, that, like, you get like two in a pack for like 60p.
Romaine lettuce.
Or, yeah, like 60p. That one would be like 30p, I'd say.
I reckon the smaller ones are nearly...
They come in two though, so I'm saying
yeah.
I would buy two for 60p, so it'd be 30p each maybe.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna put all the food away in the bags and I'll make the noodles.
I think so.
Okay, let's see how it goes. Maybe it's just my type of brain, but I actually think it's a faff because you've got some things that are meant to go in the fridge, some things that aren't, but you want to keep the meals together because I'll end up putting it somewhere in the cupboard and forgetting, or it's actually also not crazy easy to read the list of ingredients, in my opinion. I'm going to, for our lunch, try and make the, what's it called? Miso mushroom and udon noodle soup. So this is meant to take 15 to 20 minutes and it's meant to be super easy. So I'm gonna time myself and I'm gonna see what it tastes like and I will come back to you. I'm already a bit grumpy. I'm having to add my own ingredients from the pantry. I have to add like a tablespoon of butter. Already a bit pissed that I've had to add my own food. Now I'm having to add my own oil. I think I've just finished, pretty much. It says it's took me 22 minutes. My kids keep stealing my chopsticks as in playing with them as wands, but this is very small. I don't feel like this is gonna fill me up. I did leave a bit extra for Joel because he is way bigger than me, and it's not very soupy, but let's have a taste test. Do you wanna come have a taste test, Joel? I mean, it's fine. It tastes alright. Would I pay £10 for it? The rest is all for you if you want to portion.
That's quick.
I mean, it says between 15 and 20 minutes. It took me 23 minutes. What happened to your nose?
Forest.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Did tell you they were wrestling. So, do you want to try some of mine? I've done it all pretty. If you want to try a bit of mine, or do you want it just to show it up? You're going to need a bigger bowl.
Need a bigger bowl.
My bowl was a bit too small.
Did you use this to...
Yeah. I mean, soup is a loose term, I feel.
Really? So not a lot of...
I don't feel like it's very soupy. But then I like a soupy soup. So what do you think? 1 minute, buddy.
It's not bad.
You like it?
Yeah.
Is it worth £5 per portion?
No.
Will it fill you up?
I think for a lunch.
A lunch.
It's dirty.
It's a great start. So I'm gonna time you. Yeah? So it is the next day and the football starts in just over 30 minutes. We are going to try this recipe. It says pane tikka tacos, but we've got the vegan version, which is tofu tacos? Tofu tikka tacos, that's a fun thing to say. Why are you hard with me? You're going to be hearing the kids playing chess. That might be quite loud on the mic. Let's see how it goes. But it says on here it takes 20 to 25 minutes. I've put everything out that was part of this recipe for Joel. It's really easy to follow, so let's see how you go. I think you'll be able to do it in under 25 minutes. It might be noisy. It is what it is.
Okay.
I'm going to time you, and we have to get it done in time for football, because we want to watch the football.
What time is it now?
It is now 20 past 3.
All right.
Football starts at 4.
Ready, steady.
Ready, steady, cook.
Preheat your oven. Like proper YouTubers that make heads. Boom off their kids.
What lime zest? You use all our lime zest. You just binned them.
Well, he didn't say to keep it. Oh my god. Have we got a zester?
On the grater, on the side of the grater.
Right.
But just over 5 minutes to get it under the 25-minute mark.
Okay.
Are you meant to toss that stuff or not?
Toss what?
Turn halfway through cooking.
Where does it say that?
On step 2.
How long's it been? Oh yeah.
There's the catch them that you use them.
In the salad.
Were you meant to put that much oil on the peppers?
Yes.
This is not the film that's going to be done in 5 minutes. Does it?
Let's keep this to one side. We'll need this raw.
Raw! It's raw!
When the panna and peppers are nearly ready, which technically is now.
So yeah, we're at 23 minutes it's gone, and we would be ready, but the tofu's not ready because when it says preheat the oven, our oven takes 5 to 10 minutes to preheat, and they're still very soft, aren't they?
Yes, they're gonna be.
Are they meant to be soft? They're not meant to be. Well, it still has 2 more minutes. Let's hope that America
I
has
think it's meant to be soft.
But you could have done it in the time frame if.
I
that's
think
ready.
we eat it like that.
Okay. Yeah, let's stick to it. We've got 1 minute left.
Always get muddled up with them.
Now present.
Yeah.
Stop the timer.
26 minutes.
It's not bad.
So it says 20 to 25 minutes. We haven't obviously assembled them. And if I was cooking right now, if either of us were cooking and not following a recipe, we would probably cook that for another 15 more minutes maybe to crisp it out.
Yeah, the tofu.
Yeah. It's very soft.
The peppers
So
are done.
we are going to eat it like this because that is what the recipe says. Does it
Yeah.
say it's meant to be crispy?
Some tofu is just soft.
Yeah.
It's
I
just really
want to
nice
say
and-
it says like,
Right.
oh, did you read this bit?
For the vegan version, bake the tofu with the peppers.
15 to 18 minutes.
Okay.
So okay, because we got something that
To
Scott.
be fair, I baked it for 15 minutes.
Yeah, but 3 more minutes would probably be good. What do you think?
You know.
Okay, so it really should say 20 to 30 minutes because if you get the vegan version, it needs longer.
Yeah, 3 minutes isn't. It's not really much of a difference.
10 minutes.
I cooked it for 15 minutes
Yeah.
anyway, so
If you want to eat it now, we can.
that's alright.
And then, so what we've got is pickled onions. They were actually, we tried them, they were actually quite nice. There's, what is this, yogurt and lime zest.
Lime zest and
Coconut.
coconut cream.
Coconut cream. And then a salad, and we're going to put all that together with them. So,
Yeah.
I think there's going to be plenty of food to fill
And
us.
mango chutney.
Ooh. I think there's going to be plenty of food to fill us up.
I don't like tomatoes, so
I'll eat the tomatoes.
you eat it. This one's layer a bit of yogurt. Layer with tomato salad.
You're just going to have the lettuce, not any tomatoes.
Oh, we need more wraps.
Yeah, yeah.
How much onion there is?
I know, I'm not complaining. I like that.
Yes, it's rare.
Right, let's see if it's worth
It looks
£5.
good though. Thanks, E.
£5 though for each portion, so £10 for this meal. Right. Hot! It tastes good. Yeah.
It does taste good. Yeah.
I wouldn't ever think to do like the pickled onion. That was so easy. I'd never think to do that, but it's so worth it.
Yeah.
Like a lime and some sugar.
I'll do that again.
So it's nice. It's yummy. It will fill us up, and there might be leftovers. Not like for the wraps, but like leftover pickled onions and stuff. Would you spend £10 on this meal for us? No. But it's given us some really good ideas. I'm pleasantly surprised with how this tastes. Though there needs to be more wraps, doesn't there?
More wraps. And then
How do we get up?
tofu needs more time.
It's not bad for tofu though.
It's not
I think you
bad.
can have tofu raw as well.
And Preferably you would make your tikka paste. It's kind of all pre-made. All the flavour is in just a sachet that they give you.
Yeah, we could make our own tikka paste very easily though.
Mm-hmm.
You get some tikka, like herbs and spices, and mix that in with yogurt and like oil and stuff. That's all you need really. Yeah. I think for how much money this is, I guess they make it portion-wise so that people who are trying to maybe diet or not overeat know their portions, but there needs to be more apps.
Yeah.
That's my...
And a bigger lime.
A bigger lime, yeah. Or 2 limes.
2 limes.
And tell you that you need to perhaps save the lime.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't ever think to do the yogurt because I think that would taste really bland, but it's actually quite nice. Because I think just get sour cream. Mm. What I have like noticed about the 2 meals we made so far is that they do take a notice of the little things. So like the salad, you added the pickle juice to the salad and you do things like that. And it's things that you wouldn't normally take the time and effort to do.
You wouldn't train that.
No, but actually it does make a bit of a difference. So that is the second recipe. So far they've been nice meals, but I do not feel like they are.
This is my favourite so far.
Yeah, you like them more than the miso soup.
Yeah, this is my favourite.
And we can remake this very easily. And the good thing is you get to keep these cards so we can refer back to them.
Yeah.
But I still would never spend £5 per portion for £10 on this meal. No chance. We could make this ourselves with a lot more stuff. Like it could feed a lot more people for less.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe after I do this video, we could remake the meals with stuff that we bought ourselves and how much it costs. Would anyone be interested in seeing that? Let me know. It might be after the babysitter, so in like quite a few weeks, but we can give it a go, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Cool, we'll see you. Wait. Okay, we'll see you for the next recipe. So this is the 3rd meal. It's the cauliflower harissa bulgur wheat meal, I guess. And I've just realised as I'm about to dish it up that the 2 coconut yogurts that we used for the tikka tofu tacos, we were only meant to use one and the other one was for this. So yeah, not ideal. We'll probably put some mayo or something on top if needed. But they look okay and they look decent size, so I'm intrigued to see if this fills us up and how it tastes. So this is the last meal that we are making, or I've made actually. It's peanut marinated smoked tofu Buddha balls. I've just made it and they never look as good when you do it yourself and the house is a wreck. But this is the 4th meal, so 4th and last meal. It's probably the one that I'm least looking forward to, but we'll see how this is and then I will get back to you with my thoughts after the 4 meals. Right guys, so those were the 4 meals that we got in the meal kit, the Green Chef box. And it's been a couple of weeks since I filmed them, since we've eaten them. It's been Christmas, so we did this the week before Christmas. It's the week after Christmas now, and I finally got the time to sit down and talk to you guys and tell you all my thoughts on what I think about meal delivery kits now. So, like you probably saw at the beginning of this video, I was very, very skeptical. I've been against meal delivery kits forever. I just think they're extortionately priced for what they are. That's what I thought, and that it's just not worth it, and I didn't see the point in them at all. So where am I now after having one? So out of the 4 meals we had, 2 were really nice. We really liked the tikka tacos and the cauliflower like harissa bowl. They were really lovely. The udon noodles were nice, but they weren't filling. They wouldn't have been enough for a dinner. And then the last one we had, like the Buddha bowl, was just not nice. Joel couldn't finish it. He did not like it at all. The flavours, in our opinion, just didn't work. It needed some form of saucy dressing. It was very dry and it wasn't the nicest, and he couldn't finish that. I barely finished it. It filled me up enough, but it wasn't that enjoyable. I have slightly changed my mind on the meal kit delivery. Before I was 1000% against them, knowing that you can make your own for so much cheaper if you buy more and in bulk. But where I have changed my mind in a few things, so where I was very skeptical was that I thought the portions were not going to be big enough. However, I will definitely take back my opinion on the portion sizes. I think where I was so confused was normally when I cook food, I make more, so we have leftovers for the next day, or I can freeze them, and it works out cheaper if you make more in bulk, and I'm used to cooking that way. However, the actual portion sizes we had were probably the perfect amount. We were, other than the udon noodles bowl, we were very full up with the dinners, and we did even have a little bit left over and we couldn't finish it. So portion wise, I definitely take that back. I was very skeptical when I was dishing out all of the meals, thinking this is not going to be enough, but actually it worked really well. And I can then see how meal delivery kits would work for you if you're wanting to lose weight, if you're not very good with portion control and things like that. If you need someone to sort of tell you this is how much you're meant to have, then meal kits can be really beneficial in that way. That is not something that we struggle with, so it's not a huge like imposition dishing up portions. If that is something you struggle with, I can see how meal delivery kits can really benefit you learning your portion sizes more. However, another thing that I didn't like was obviously where the portions are obviously the right size, there isn't any leftovers. So although I spent 20-30 minutes cooking these dinners, which isn't very long, and they were quick enough and they were simple enough to follow, but then the next day I'm so used to having leftovers, whereas for lunch the next day I was like, oh, what do I eat because we have no leftovers? That is something that me personally, I'm not a huge fan of, because I do appreciate having leftovers so that the next day's lunch is completely taken out of my thoughts. I just know that I have leftovers and I'll eat them the next day. That wasn't an option. My overall view on the meal delivery kits is I still think they are so extremely expensive for what they are. If you think per meal, per portion, it was about £5 for me and Joel to have a meal each. So just for mine and Joel's dinners through a meal delivery kit, it was £10 a night. I think for people who already know how to cook quite a few meals and are quite competent in the kitchen, for people who understand how to cook, what ingredients to buy, where it's cheaper, and people who know all of these things, then you will never save money doing a meal delivery kit. However, where I have since changed my opinion on delivery kits is I can see where they can be helpful if you are wanting to learn to cook, and you're wanting to eat healthier, more balanced meals and you don't know where to start. I can see how buying or having a few kind of weeks of meal delivery kits, it can teach you the basics. You get the cards with all of the information on, so once you've made it once, you've got the card, and then you can try and make it yourself by going to the shop and buying the individual ingredients. If you are wanting to learn to cook, start wanting to eat more healthy and more better balanced meals, then a meal delivery kit can be beneficial to you in them aspects. However, you can never see it from a saving money point of view. Long term, you might save a bit of money because you're learning to cook different meals and you're less likely to go out to eat, less likely to get takeaways, and you can start to make them at home once you feel more confident. Sorry, you can see it's here that I'm still bunged up. But you won't save money doing meal delivery kits long term. And another way where I have also changed my mind is I feel like meal delivery kits could be a really good gift option. So I'm obviously about to pop any day now. I'm waiting for baby. It's not wanting to come out. It will come out eventually, hopefully. But we actually have another buy a gift voucher that we were meant to use for our 10-year wedding anniversary back in the summer, but where I got pregnant and was very, very ill, we couldn't use it. So we haven't been able to use it, and it actually expires around now. And I was like, oh, it was a gift from my husband's old work, and it was probably about a £250 buy a gift voucher, and I do not want that to go to waste. So what I've decided I'm going to do is, with the buy a gift voucher, is I've decided I'm going to use it to get some more Green Chef boxes for when baby is here. So for the buy a gift voucher, I can get like 4 weeks worth of 4 meals for 4 people, and it gets delivered to my door, and it won't cost me a penny, or it might cost like $2.99 for the delivery. But it means that once baby's here and I'm breastfeeding and I'm tired and Joel's tired and the kids are hungry, we've got meals delivered to my door that are very healthy, balanced, easy for Joel to put together, that he can follow the cards step by step very easily. And rather than having like a meal train set up for us, we can have these meals where I'm like, I'm really hungry, can you whip me up this, Joel? And it's really simple and easy. So we've decided we're going to do that. However, I would not do that with my own money. It's only the fact that I have these vouchers that are going to go to waste. But I was thinking how this would be a great gift option if you have a friend that's about to have a baby. You don't live that close to them, and a friend of theirs has set up like a meal train. Normally you bring them meals when they've had a baby, but you don't live that close. A good option is you could pay for a week's worth of these meals. And there are options for a lot easier and simple ones. So you can get like 15-minute meals on the Green Chef website, and you know that there's food being delivered to their door that doesn't take much to whip together. It often isn't very complicated, and most of the time I would say partners could quite easily, even if they're not natural in the kitchen, they could very easily follow the steps and cook it for them. So in that way I feel like it's a good idea. Also for things like people who are just moving out, like anyone who's like starting their life as a grown-up, I feel like it could be a really good gift option if you are wanting to give them something that they'll learn a lot from and it will help them long term. I feel like it could be a really good starting point. Have just moved out and they want to learn to cook, getting a couple of weeks of subscription to that, and they could learn basic easy meal prep. And so that is where I have changed my mind. Before I was completely against meal kits, thinking they were a complete waste of money, and I just didn't see the need, the point. I just personally don't feel like I don't feel like I could ever justify spending £55 on 8 meals. It is really expensive in my opinion. Will I be buying with my own money meal kit subscriptions in the future? I don't see that happening, no. If I'm getting BUYAGIFT vouchers and getting them for free, then yeah, I would consider getting them again when I know there's a busy time in my life, like about to pop and have a baby. I would do that, but it's the equivalent of I spent £2.99 on 8 meals or £55 on 8 meals. That just seems like so much money. And for £55, I feel like I could make those 8 meals with leftovers and then some. If you are 2 people that work full-time, then I completely understand. If you're wanting healthy home-cooked meals and you've got the means to do so, then that's something that I understand a bit more now why people choose to do it. I do not understand why people would choose to do this and go into debt to do it and get the Karma payments and pay monthly or anything like that. This is only if you are in your budget, you have the means to do so, and it's not breaking the bank. But yeah, that's everything, guys. I hope this was interesting. I'm thinking once baby's here and I have a bit of time, if I have any time, I'm thinking of revisiting the 4 meals, well probably 3 because we didn't like one of them. We could try and change it, but the 4 meals that we got, revisiting them and going to the shop and buying all the ingredients for them and seeing how much it costs for me to cook them and how much food I make for that price. If you would like to see that video, then let me know, and I might have time to get that out to you. It all depends on when this baby's here and what time I have, because I'm not feeling like I will have much, because I feel like I barely have any time as it is now. And I'm hoping to get a few videos filmed and edited before baby gets here so that I can have a few weeks where videos are coming out but I am resting with a baby. But yeah, that's everything for today, guys. I've rambled enough, like always. I will see you in my next video. I hope you all have had an amazing Christmas and have an amazing new year. This might be coming out early January, I'm not sure, but wherever we are in the world and the time, wherever it is, I hope you're all doing amazing. I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.